Welcome back to the Block and Nickel Money Party. I am your moderator, Donnell. That's right, we're gonna groove a little bit. I hope you're ready.
Girl, I'm not gonna break your party hard. Girl, I'm just letting you know, because we about to party hard. I hope you ready to go.
That's right, it's up. I say it again, it's up. And I hope you all are ready, because it is up. As you know, Isaac Newton came up with the law or theory that what goes up must come down. It's like an apple. If you throw that apple up, it's going to come down. You throw that apple up, it's going to come down. Anything that goes up must come down. And you can apply that to not only physics, but also investing, the market, the economy. In the economy, we look at it more from a perspective of expansion and contraction. Expansion and contraction. So anything that expands must contract. But that's not a law. The real law is what goes up must come down. And for the past 9 years, we have been on a market, a bull run. The stock market has been on a bull run. I'm talking consistent gains. Gains on gains on gains. Gains on the gains on top of more gains. For 9 years, it's been a real run. And if you are under the age of 36, there's a strong possibility that you have not bared the full brunt of what a recession can do to your portfolio. I'm a little jaded when it comes to investing, and that's not in a bad way, but I just have I don't have rose-colored glasses on. I don't have rose-tinted glasses on because I started investing in the middle of a recession. The first few stocks that I picked, MoneyGram, Finish Line, were all chosen during a contraction. I also chose Medixie as well. And I made good decisions on all of them. Now, I didn't lose any money, but the point was that I saw how good companies could suffer. Even if the balance sheet was right, the mechanics made a lot of sense. Back in 2007, 2008, even 2006, Finish Line was prestigious, man. They were not what they are today. I mean, when you want to talk about shoe culture, back in 2006 and 2008, that was the hype. But that's neither here nor there. I want to get to the point of understanding that I started investing in a contraction. The recession had just started. Bush was still in office. It was towards the end of his run. Obama was creeping up on the scene. We were hearing names about Obama, and Obama was already campaigning for president. But in the meantime, the economy, it was down, man. It was bad. And if you were graduating around that time, you were scared as hell because there were a lot of horror stories about all type of banking companies just dropping like flies from left to right because they could not hang and their balance sheets were not correct. I just want to get to the point that I started investing in a time where the economy was not completely in the tank, but it was going there, and it was going fast. It was during the contraction. Everything was going down. It put a different perspective on me moving forward now, because now I'm always looking for that time. I know that traditionally they say economies should expand for at least 7 years, and then it'll drop. It'll start to contract a little bit. There will be a pullback. It grows, then there's a pullback, and then it grows even more. It's kind of like if anybody here is into plants or has a green thumb, they understand the idea of pruning. Well, the economy allegedly prunes itself every 7 years. Now, here's the kicker. We are in year 9. You could look up different definitions and different articles and stuff like that, and they'll give you a range between 7 and 10 years. But, I mean, after that, then you have to start saying, okay, now we're on borrowed time. And me personally, we're up right now, and I'm feeling like we're on borrowed time, and I'm always going to feel like that. Now, that's not for me to tell you all to play to the sidelines and take your money out the game, but I want to take time out today to talk about preparing yourself for that downturn. You see, we are all 401k investors, and I myself personally, I did not bear the full brunt of a pullback, but my mom did, my dad did. I saw them lose a lot of capital. A lot of capital. And it's demoralizing. It does something to your psyche. I mean, to just know that one day you have this much, your portfolio is worth this much, and then the next day it's less than half. To some people, the people that are in their late 40s and then they've been putting money into this 401k, 403b, their different IRAs and all these things like that. These people who've been investing in these things, in these instruments for years, decades, a couple of decades, some people 3 decades, to see all of that value erode, man, that does something to you. Now, me personally, I got in that time and I didn't bear the full brunt of it as well, but it actually helped. So all of us that are in our 30s and we started investing in our early 20s and some people in their teens or whatever like that, we kind of rode that wave, man, of 9 years of growth. Yeah, we had a pullback when we first started, but it was nothing major. I mean, we didn't have much in there in the first place, so that pullback we didn't feel it like that. It was like whatever. But to the people that have 50, 60K, and to watch 50, 60K turn into 20K in a matter of a month, and there's nothing that they could do about it because they weren't ready, that's demoralizing, man. To watch your value, the value of your portfolio erode by 40K. To watch the value of your portfolio erode by 100K. That does something to you, man. It does, my friend. So this episode is not about timing the market, but it's about understanding what to do and how to prepare yourself and kind of putting a plan together of what would you do once you get the news that the economy is turning. Where will you move your money? A lot of us have 401ks, and all of our 401ks have different instruments and different products that we could purchase. We just choose to park our money in a specific one at the moment, but most 401ks give you 13, 14, sometimes even 20 options. And these options are especially, all of these mutual funds that you could choose from, they all specialize in different things. Some of them are for growth, some of them are for derivatives. I'm sorry, not derivatives. Some of them are for dividends. Some of them specialize in different industries. So that's what I'm here to talk about today. I want to get into the mind of looking at industries. So if there was a pullback, you have to ask yourself, if the economy started to contract, if the signs started coming in that we're having negative growth on the GDP, what industries are you going to look at? I wanted to bring something to everybody's attention that we all know, but we may not have conceptualized it yet, or we may not have heard anyone say it out loud. That's what the money party is about sometimes. It's about bringing common sense to things that we already understand. So what do we understand? We understand that people get sick, people have to pay taxes, people have to eat, and people have to clean. People get sick, people pay taxes, people have to eat, and people have to stay clean. Understanding that, we have to start looking at what would we do if we see that a contraction is approaching. The economic downturn is approaching us. Right now, I know for a fact that tech is huge, but how many people are going to start paying? How many people, if we come into a huge recession again, a lot of people lose their jobs and stuff like that, right? What are they going to do? Well, one of the things they might do is cut Netflix. I mean, we all know that Kodi exists. A lot of people might get those Fire Sticks tricked out, put Kodi on it, and they rocking and rolling. They ain't thinking about no Netflix no more. $70 pop, boom. Cut the Netflix bill. Cut the cable bill. You know, it's a lot of ways. So people are going to get a little more savvy when it comes to those type of things. They're going to find ways to cut deals. Now, I'm not saying that Netflix is bad and you shouldn't be thinking about it, but all I'm saying is that people get sick, people have to pay taxes, people have to eat, and people have to clean. Now it's time to start looking at, in an economic downturn, maybe you want to start paying more attention to discount retailers. Discount retailers. I don't know about y'all, but where I'm at in Florida and Tallahassee, what am I seeing is there are a lot of discount retailers popping up everywhere. Now, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but there's a lot of people that spent a lot of money on research that paid a lot more money than I did for a lot more smarter people than me to research the fact that this is not a bad time to start putting up discount retailers. Look around. Is there a new Dollar General that has popped up in your neighborhood in the past 3 years? Is there a Dollar Tree that has popped up in your neighborhood in the past 3 years? Is there a Five Below that has popped up in your neighborhood in the past 3 years? Because I could basically say that I live in two cities. I split my time between Miami and Tallahassee. And I'm seeing it down in both cities. Are you seeing it in your cities? Because if you are, then you need to start understanding that these are the times. A contraction is when the discount retailers grow. This is when they thrive. And maybe they're preparing for that. Now, I don't want to get into conspiracy theories and things like that, but I just want you to understand what's going on around you. We are on a 9-year bull run. We are on a 9-year bull run. Let's just say for the next 3 years while Trump is in office, I'm not counting this year. So let's just say for the next 3 years while Trump is in office, the economy continues to roar. I personally do not see Me personally, I don't see a 13-year bull run. You can take that for whatever you want, but I'm just putting it out there. It is time for us to start paying attention to our mutual funds and our investments and our IRAs, and trying to figure out how will we protect our investments. Don't take your money out the market. You don't want to lose that compounding interest, but what you may want to do is readjust and pivot the industries that your mutual funds belong to. It's not rocket science. It's just more about being alert. And that's what we do here at the Block and Nickel Money Party. We talk about that. So if you like this conversation and you like this dialogue that I got into today, hit me up. Come to the Block and Nickel page on Facebook. Tell me that you liked it. Follow me. And let me know, hey, I like these type of topics, because these are the type of things that we're going to start getting into. Once again, I am Donnell, your moderator for the Block and Nickel Money Party. Thank you. And remember, it's up.